So judging by the title, you guys probably already know what this video is going to be about, so let's jump right into it, shall we? As most of you know, the 2018 Mustang has been set to be released in the third quarter of 2017, which is this year. And it looks a lot like the 2015 Mustang that came out a couple years back. I've been getting a lot of hate towards the new 2018 Mustang, people saying it looks like a Ford Fusion or just some simple Ford cars that they do make, and I do understand that, and people are not liking how the hood has a big scoop in it, because obviously the previous generations the previous generation actually had a flat muscle car look, like all three muscle cars had that just flat, non-aerodynamic hood to it, and honestly I really like the look of that. But I mean, when it comes to speed, and if it makes it a lot faster, which obviously that's probably the reason why they did it, it's completely worth getting. So in 2015, the 2015 Mustang earned a 5-star rating from the National Highway Traffic Safety. In 2015, there was also a lot of recalls, and apparently in the 2017 Mustang was rated poor by Euro NCAP crash test. So hopefully they fixed all those errors in the 2018. I do like the new color that they came out with, that bright orange color. It really looks good to me. It looks better than that new orange color that they have on the McLaren. So I'm only 19 years old, so I've only been around for about the 4th generation Mustangs, because obviously I wasn't alive when they first came out with that body style. But I've always noticed those body styles down the road. I'd be coming down the road and I'd be like, you know, that's a nice car, because usually be loud, they'd be hitting gas, going pretty fast. And it really did set apart from other cars. I was like, in my mind, a fast car was a Mustang when I was growing up, and I always wanted to get something sort of around that line of a car. I didn't really notice at the time like supercars and stuff, because I live in PA, so the best you're really going to see when it comes to cars all the time, at least pretty often, is Mustangs, Camaros, Corvettes sometimes, because obviously people don't want to destroy their vehicles and because of the road saw in Pennsylvania, but that's a whole nother video that I did. But anyway, so yeah, I was growing up with the 4th generation, and then eventually the 5th generation comes out, so I'm like, wow, like those cars look really cool. They have that futuristic type look to them, closer to like a supercar, because obviously cars are getting cleaner, more people are getting the brighter colors, and people just want to be flashy. The price is obviously going up for these kind of cars, so it's getting pretty crazy at that point. 5th generation is when I actually got into cars a lot. I'd say when I was like, 16, 17 years old. So 5th generation was what was out. Everyone was having one. When you'd see one down the road, like that's what turns heads, and it really looked good. So then after that, the 6th generation comes out, and I'm like, wow. Honestly, actually at first they come out, and yeah, I was like, wow, but I didn't like the look, honestly. They slimmed down the size. It wasn't really that muscle car look. It was more like a sports car. So now I can honestly like put a Corvette and a Mustang next to each other, the new ones, and I'd say, you know, they both look like sports cars. But it honestly actually grew on me. I actually thought about how the slimmer size makes it look like a sports car. It obviously reduced weight, and it got a lot faster, because obviously every year a car gets faster. A 4-cylinder that they put in the new GT, and they have as an option for the Ford Mustang. But why not just get the original 5.0 that they've been putting in Mustangs since forever, since I've known Mustang? And they've even put those in some pickup trucks, so I don't see why they would try to change. The true V8 sound is never going to be exactly the same when it comes to a V6, because they got a twin turbo that, or put extra mods into it, and it's just never as good. Because if you get a V8 and you stack those same mods that are on that V6 from the factory, you'll get an extreme amount of power that you can never retain with a V6, because the mods already have been done to that car. And I do understand how we're going into this this eco world where we need to help the environment and stuff like that, but when it comes to muscle, we need to stay a certain way, and we can't keep putting these V6 engines in muscle cars, because that's not where it needs to belong. Now I say we fix the V8 engine. I say Ford works on their V8 engine and not do this, because I know in the Ford GT they put a EcoBoost engine into their new GT, and yes, it's making a lot of power, but if I'm going to be spending like $500,000, I'm not going to try to get a V8 engine. I don't care. I'd rather have like a Dodge Viper or a Lambo for that matter. But honestly, I'd probably still keep an American made, so I would get like a Viper or honestly just a Corvette, but I wouldn't want to spend that kind of money for a V6. I'm sorry, but I just can't. So I don't see why they would put a 4-cylinder engine into a car that could potentially just make less power than obviously you took the V8 and started modding it. So basically there was one review video going around the internet, and it's basically it honestly reminds me of some kind of like small, like rip you off dealership that sells cars that may or may not have problems. So it's kind of weird that they would be the first ones to release it, first ones to get it, because obviously this is a big deal. This is still the Ford Mustang, and this is a big car. It's a big American-made car. One of the cars that would actually be like this, you would say like the face of the nation type of thing. Not the complete one car, but you know what I mean? Like it should be bigger than that, and the quality isn't even that good of the video. So I'll let you guys form your own opinions on it. Now I must say that I would buy a 2018 Mustang. I do love the look of the Mustang. Honestly, it really did grow on me. When it first came out, I didn't like it that much, but now that it has gone out, I've seen it on the road, I've heard it, it honestly looks great. So yes, I would buy one, but I'm honestly just not happy what they're doing with the EcoBoost engines, because 4-cylinder engines in a muscle, that just doesn't equate to me at all. I think they should be keeping those engines for their Prius type cars. They're honestly revamping the entire look like they did for the 4th or 5th generation, and obviously the 5th generation, obviously everyone liked it, so that boosted the market for them. They wanted to make a lot of money, and now that everyone's pushing towards like the higher end cars, they want to change their Mustang to that because they already have the big market for it. But I think they should have really introduced like a new car for this, because obviously they're trying to make this in like a mid-range like sports car type of deal now, and that's why people don't like it, because the big bulky muscle car look was like the thing. That's what everyone likes, that's what everyone wants, because you can even relate like the 5th generation Mustang to like the really classic looking Mustangs before the 3rd generation. So it's, yeah, they did change a lot, but you know, I think I actually do like the look of it. I do have a neighbor that does have a 2015 one, and it's in a bright orange, and I've seen it a lot, and I honestly do like the look a lot. It's very sleek, slim. It more or less does not look like a muscle car. They've definitely changed the look to go to more of like a sports car feel to it, and since they're pricing the GT at like $500,000, it only makes sense, because you know they're not gonna have an affordable sports car unless they make the muscle, you know, like right in between there, the prices. So I guess that's a good idea. I don't know how that's gonna pan out well in the market, because obviously Camaro, Challenger, and Mustangs have always been in that like muscle car category, where if someone wants to go out and buy a muscle car, they look for in that category. But now they're really pushing muscle into like a new category with like Corvettes, Vipers, and then the Mustang. But the Mustang's obviously going to be at the lower power range if they're going to be pushing the freaking 4-cylinder engine. So it kind of doesn't make sense what they're trying to do. So we'll see how the market takes it this year. But yeah, so like I said before, it's going to be coming out in the 3rd quarter of 2017, which is this year. It's, man, wow, it's already the end of January, and there hasn't been much snow. Thankfully, it actually snowed a lot here. It blizzarded for probably about an hour, and now it's all melted. As you can see, the sun is out, and it feels great out. There's no wind anymore. The trees aren't moving. So that's about it for this video. That's my opinion on the new Mustang. I don't mind it that much. I'm not going to do all those 1 to 10 ratings. Probably be in one soon. I'll definitely do a review on that. That video, that'll probably be coming out eventually here soon. So just check out my other videos. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Take care. Have a great day. Make sure to subscribe and like. See ya.